Well, let's see if it picks me up today. Hi. Greetings, guys. Welcome to the weekly show. I'm SIL, here to bring you this show. What was I trying to do? I don't know what I was trying to do. Was I trying to be like real or was I trying to be snug? And I don't know what I was trying to do. Hey, what's up, people? How y'all doing? Y'all get out there, y'all do some good stuff? Y'all do some things? What's going on, man? Um, let's see what's been going on. Look, hey, join me in a short trip around the what is this? The internet? The YouTubes? Yeah, let's do this. Join me right here and let's see what everybody. What in the hell is everybody doing? Paper Dreams, modern paper craft. That's a really cool kite plane. Y'all ever do that? Y'all ever turn a plane into a kite? That's a very cool situation. I've done that myself, and like it turned out. Well, yeah, it could have been better, but I kind of enjoyed it. Young and stupid when I did it, but I mean, it worked. So, as it turns out, like, hey, it was really cool. Um, I highly recommend you try it. Like, I think maybe, like, maybe you should probably just, oh, fuck that. Just give it a shot. Like, use fishing line. That could be the most bestest thing you could do is use fishing line. Because I think we used an 8 pound test, and it came out really good. And it comes out in a spool. I mean, yeah, you kind of ruin it. But we used old fishing line, so it worked out. So, like, there's a lot of times when people, like, show using strings, twine. That don't work. Don't do that. That don't work. But, I mean, other options, like, I mean, other options are great. It's $4 million? Amazing. What? What? I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, so turned out real good. Um, you know. But anyway, there's other ones. I'm sorry. There's other ones. I'm trying to read them all. The origami scissors is blowing my mind. Sorry. Fold on's got some. Like, seriously, it's just like, it really is. It's like, they look like two paper machetes. Paper mache machetes. Machetes? I don't know. I'm astonished. Ah, man, dude. Saifu Jun has, like, really cool. That's a good looking flight. The Lambda wing there. I can't begin to tell you how to pronounce that. Just go look at our subscriptions, man. Electrogami's got some. Chototai's got one. Best Paper Airplanes channel. Ababil, like a lot of them. Freaking go look. You know how to do this. Just go do this. Do you guys have any luck building your planes? We did the X, the Exile. Now they showed us. Your versions of X. Boy, KIA, man, he really he really thumped the big one, didn't he? Like, he, man, I don't know. It was like ridiculous, dude. They had they had potential, and then he took it, and like secretly, I think he knows how to build Banshee. You're like, Kay's just snaking on my stuff. He like learns. I'm kidding, but like seriously, man. But like, dude, he got Chaos, he got Exile. Wonder where he got those from. Giving up Exile, or Axe, so in a way he knows how to build Coyote. And now, like, he's like, of all the options he does, decides to step it instead of like skate it, which is like, okay, dude, you had one. It's like looking from the outside looking in. It's like you had one job, and you didn't go with that job. You just like, well, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, huh. I mean, for real, like I've got 12 planes here built practically within 2 days, and ain't none of them look like that. And he just decides to go on his own merry little way and make it look like fucking Banshee. Not only make it look like, I'm willing to bet you, like, okay, I know he didn't do it because if you started with X, you can't get it. But It's in the mind, and like some part of me goes like, he's a secret agent. He's like backstabbing secret agent because like there's no fucking way. Like no, he looked at a Banshee picture like I can build that and snaked it. I'm telling you, he snaked it because like there's no like if you're building this. Like look at it, look at that. And I mean, you've seen the shots of this plane. You've seen all the options you can do. And I mean, like, I've given you options that you can do. And you could do, I mean, it's so much, so much.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Look, okay, look, you got the sheet. You know you started out with a square, right? You know you did that. You know you built the tail, right? And obviously there's a lot of stuff you can do within the tail, right? But like this here, just leave this alone. That's all simple. Simple, I think. Simple. You see the folds here, you see the fold here, you see the fold here. Just leave that alone. Don't work with this. Work with just this constant. This constant. Like look at the options here. Look, okay, play with this. How about the back? Just miss at the back. Why do you gotta miss at the front? I mean, it really. I'm saying that just because, like I said, it just feels like, I gave you one assignment, you got one job, and, and you quit it and you went to the other job. Ah! Oh my God! Leave this alone. Just. And if you do mess with it, leave the shape alone. This is actually paramount to this. Like I already discussed it with him because show me. It's like that's not even an axe. That's not even. I mean, I understand that what I gave when I gave everybody to this world plane, like everybody, let's build it together, see what we come up with. But use the plan form. Stick within the perfectly square sheet. Square. Don't extend. I mean, okay, yeah, that's creativity. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be like that. It's just the fact that he designed something to look like Banshee is like, God damn it, you already went through three of them. Now you're gonna go to another one? Haven't you had enough yet? I'm having fun with it because it's like it's so. My God, you had one job, and you blew it up. You just blew it up. You're like the Joker. Like I would call it. You could call yours the Joker because you done blew it up. You blew it all up. Like look at how many things you can do in the back end. But what's he do? He goes to the front end. Like you shouldn't even. You should get 20 aircraft out of different things to do with the back end before you go like, let's see about this. And look at how many different options you could do with the front end. Like, that, you want me to show you how many different ways you can fold that front end? I'll be glad to show you how many different ways you can fold that front end so you can get started and leave the wing leading edge alone. I just, I got nothing. I got nothing. Uh, Understandable that like the X program in and of itself was of course supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be like, um, let's see how many designs you can come up with this, and obviously you like whatever works for you. If this one works, if this one works, this one works, this one works. Okay, whatever, and then flow with it. And I mean like 12, but see, like this, it kind of the only reason why I was thinking about that is I'm I understand you took it and roll with it. If you make a hybrid, if you make a kit plane, if you like going by our previous definitions of kit and hybrid, where a kit would be like you add a straight wing there, but that's also a hybrid. I mean, in these terms, I don't think you could add a kit. It would just turn it into a hybrid. But like if you added something like I don't know a step to the front, you know, but most likely like extended its length, not with pacer, but it's the fact that you're creating a different aircraft. And I understand that. Well, I mean, seriously, that's how it would come out. You would add a different aircraft, or you would make a different aircraft. Okay, cool, fine. Made a different aircraft. Okay, let's celebrate. But I I guess that's kind of like I foresaw all y'all's planes turning out looking like this somehow. Like it's going to be a square. I mean, you followed the instructions, and I get what else you had, and I get that, like, okay, this is just your basic plan for him. Do with it what you will, but it's like Dalton, you just like, like, let me go for the obvious. Let me just pigeonhole this. Let me just bore sight on changing this one. Like, yeah, that's kind of how I felt about that. So anyway, that's where we're at. It's so it's so I don't know what it's so. Uh, I thought I had something. I thought people would be, more catastrophic. I thought it would be. I don't know. I just thought it would be like I thought I'd see a whole bunch like this, and I thought I'd see maybe like I said, I expected a whole bunch of play here. Maybe different folds that would be tucked away in here, like different weight. Maybe a hole. Maybe some staples in everything. Definitely taping it down, but staples. Like I thought I'd see somebody come up with like I'm going to staple the entire leading edge. Yes, that's an idea. But no, we had to go to. Let me see if I could turn this coyote looking thing into a banshee looking thing right away. Let me just alienate the rest of the crowd. Uh, yeah, that's where we're at. That's about where we're at. I can't even. I'm trying, but I can't. I just can't. Man, I gotta take a paper clip. This paper clip's gotta go back to work. This one right here. It's too big. You ever notice that you don't really use the big ones? I was thinking about that, but like I don't know. I need some poster board. I need some bigger, well, maybe construction board, but I need some poster board so I can cut out the IVPAC logo. Not for this. You guys understand you're watching an IVPAC show. We're on the IVPAC channel. Like, I don't know if you were aware of this, but this is the IVPAC channel. Welcome to the IVPAC channel. Um, and we're showing a show that's all shows. But see, like, I can't fathom that, like, this. Like, I don't expect you to build this. And like, it's not fair to Axe because Axe didn't start from a prototype, okay? Axe basically launched off of. Why does that say Razor? Axe basically launched off of Diamond. No, and I did say that on purpose because as it launched off Diamond. Then it came Coyote, but it launched off of what Diamond was and Coyote became. So, like, it bypassed the prototype stage. So it didn't look gooky like this thing is. Well, whatever it is, this thing would probably never fly because, okay, it flies, but it flies straight down. Um, it bypassed the prototype. So basically, everything that we've built is the prototype. So obviously, you further design, you're going to get your design, you're going to get something else. I mean, like, yeah, yeah, you're going to get something else. You got something else by doing what you did with it. But I'm just here, and I'm just saying that, like, I don't know what I'm saying because again, like, it's where your mind takes you. So it's funny because like it's funny. It's funny to me. It's funny to them. It's funny to everybody who like plays with planes. And I just threw the plane I was trying to freaking showcase. Let's build a helicopter. All right, that's not out of left field. I don't know what is. Y'all build helicopters before? These are pretty easy. Look, a helicopter. You feel Inception yet? Not busting out the freaking fidget. Oh my god. So look, it's a pair of scissors. It's got one of those little caps here, like cap. Like protects you from the screw, even though it's like. Isn't that kind of funny? You get a protection cap for the other side of the screw because that screw is usually sharp, but like I don't know if you noticed this, but sharp. Anyway, so we get a cap. Yeah, you might hurt yourself on that. Anyway, so cap does look pretty protruding on the bottom there, right? But it won't spin on this because too much of this rust. But well, I'll let it sit on here and look at it go. Granted, obviously your center is here, which is you know where this scissors lies. But anyway, helicopter, whee! All right, y'all build one of these? Let me show you how to build a cyclone. These are cyclones are kind of cool. Y'all ever build helicopters? Helicopters are relatively easy, and sometimes they're some people's first adventure into paper flight. Sometimes, you know, but other people like friends building other friends' aircrafts. Oh God, other members' aircrafts at the drop of the hat. No, I'm not letting it go. No, I'm just. You gotta watch these, cause like if you ever launched one of these, if you ever flew one of these, and if you ever played with, um, you learn which way they spin. So obviously, like if you put the blades, they're gonna spin one way. When you turn the blades, they spin the other way. So you gotta watch how it spins before you do something like what I just did, because a lot of times a lot of people just like to fold that up, but I like to add little twirly twirl to it, and yes, that's the technical term for it, and like you get a lot of different. I guess you get a lot of different stuff out of that. But if you fly it the one way and you put these the other way, obviously, what are they going to do? They're going to catch air and they're going to stop you, and it's just not going to be pretty. So you don't want to do that. So something just keep that garbage in mind. Yes, I'm doing this on purpose. Yes, can you believe it? That might be the first helicopter ever built on the show. And as we said, like if you remember a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was once a guy who talked about the helicopters and had the idea when he lived above me, so he thought it was a good idea, but now it's like crap because realize that like, well, A, they're basic. How many different versions of this kind of helicopter can you make? Or you can make the one that looks like the maple seed. I like this. I like making these because the maple seed ones are, I think they're played out. I do. I think I'm going back to traditionalism here, building stuff like this. Is this cool? Hell if I know. Right. So you got that there. You got that there. Crap. So, what the hell am I doing? So, oh yeah, you got to build a body. I done. It's actually better like that. I'll take all that crease out that I just made because I done, creased it. You really don't want to crease it like you only crease it because you're like getting the entire functified going on there, but it's really I don't know what it's really. It's just really so it's cereal. It's a super cereal. Sometimes these really do get kind of advanced. They really do, honestly. These can be true as paper aircraft in their own right. So this is the parts I'm talking about. These are like the more you can do this, the more you can throw these. So and this is why hmm, this is why you can play around with the aircraft design like I did to come up with something like these. Obviously, like just like other things, if you cut them, you're cutting them and you're creating you cut all kinds of stuff. I mean, like literally, but if you cut them, you're making the plane however you want. It's kind of like making the flying wing or the flying body or lifting body, kind of like Powerhouse does. So you could do however it is you want to do with it, but I decided I actually want to do that, but the fold is different, so that's pretty good considering I didn't even bother with refolding. That's a little different. Let's give it a little more. I had some pulled chicken for dinner. Pretty good. No idea why I just told you all that, but you're along for my ride, so there you go. Yeah, that probably makes up the difference. Okay. No, it's not exact. You make your helicopter the way you want to make your helicopter. The real test with these, of course, is actually getting your blades right, seeing which way they spin. So the rotation. Obviously, the rotation was. Damn it, I can't keep track. They're fun. The better you make them fly, the funner they are, but they're fun. Okay, so it spins this way. So it spins that way. So then we take it and we start to form the blades. Yeah, this is actually one of my helicopters. This is the Cyclone. Because seriously, all the helicopters are really going to just have the same damn name now, aren't they? I mean, for real. What are you going to call it? Something else? They all fly this way. You know? Whatever. And I pulled a stupid, I did this. So, we got to watch out for it. I unfolded the crease too quickly. Because I knew I was going to have to do this. But. And this is what you call folding it up for aircraft carrier storage. No, this really isn't. This is me being stupid. How the hell did I don't even know if that worked. But we're going to see. We're going to see. My night shift starts in like 3 weeks. Not looking forward to that. Really, really want to quit my job because, man, I understand they have these. You know how all your jobs you get. See, I'm even being quiet while I'm building this damn thing. You know how most of your jobs have the health and wellness program, so everybody can contact and like you get marriage assistance, children assistance, mental health assistance, exercise. You know all that crap. Like I understand why my job has it because this time of year everybody prepares to like jump off a freaking building because we know like well my life's about to end for the next 4 months. No more family, no more loved ones. All it is work, 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 work till there's cold weather again. It's just beginning to warm up, so now I'm going to work for the entire 8 months or 4 months. Okay, that didn't work. Ah! What did I do wrong? Well, I probably did everything wrong. So you have to watch out for it. It's a delicate trade that you do. See, the thing is that this one, the whole reason, okay, show you the difference here. When you build a broad blade, when you don't, the helicopters, this is important to helicopters. When you build a broad blade, bleh, when you make them square, they're already going to provide the lift by the rotation, so they're going to go slow. You can't throw them that well, even if you add a pointed tip like this. The trick is to giving it the blade shape. When you do this, these can be thrown a lot better. And then once they're thrown, you'll get a little bit further out, and then they start to deploy their wings. But the problem is, you also have to watch these two things provide all your lift. So the more you take away, the less lift it has. Yeah, I just tried throwing it. It didn't work. So we're going to take these out. But, yeah, that's the practice. You have to watch how much you're taking away because they provide all your lift. And if you take away the lift that it has, what are you going to get? You're going to get a pile of crap. And that's what I got, was a pile of crap. Was it because I folded one down and one up? Yeah, probably. But I'm not going to claim that. I mean, some of it is actually that really is probably what it is. What you needed to do, what I needed to do with something like this was the angle is right. But I think if I was going to do that one, I'd have to do one here the exact same direction. You're making me think about this. I don't want to think about this. I just want to do this. Fuck, I'll do it. Okay, so do this again here, but I'm going to put them both because one was down and one was up, so it's probably kind of like counterproductive to exactly how it was supposed to fly. Yeah. Believe it or not, I was trying to cut this show short because I actually have a couple things I got to do, but I wanted to like, well, I wanted it's the freaking weekly show. Had to get it out there instead of being an idiot. So what am I doing? Here we are, guys. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing this. Okay, so the fucking shit. If I do, remember when we were talking about making it symmetrical? Well, look at what we have here. So I built it asymmetrical and it flies. I left it just like this. One broad blade, one, I don't know, what do you want to call it? One blade like this. Yeah, I did a blade like this. And it freaking worked. Thing is, it goes that way. But if I fold that the other way, it spins this way, blade. Well, that ain't gonna work. Well, how in the hell is that gonna work? It's not gonna work. Well, how's it not gonna work? Just fold it along the top. Okay. I'm gonna fold it along the top. Come along, kiddies, and I'll show you how you probably shouldn't be doing this. Okay, both of them are on the top. Yeah, see, but it still takes away the lift. Yeah, then it just tumbles. So what I did was I took away too much lift, which means I made that little fold there too sharp. It's fine with one because the other one's countering the lift effects, which in many ways, seriously, this makes helicopters way trickier than any plane you can build. Seriously, you think it's so simple and so you're like, oh, I don't want to play with it. And this is always where I try to tease Mark about it when we were first in, when he still has Maverick, and made him the chief of vertical ops because I thought he had a good idea to run with, especially because we had, between the two of us, we had like 4 or 5 designs in one night that we were showcasing helicopters. He's like, let's do this. And we made like a 4-bladed cargo helicopter. It was really cool. But this is why, because in this you could find the more pure aerodynamics than you could on any of the aircraft. I mean, yeah, this is complicated stuff because you're trying to find like the wing chord versus the wing ratio, like how much you're getting length to width to get square area versus the weight of the aircraft. So you're providing lift here during all glide aspects instead of just the takeoff section. So if it's like a 10-second flight, takeoff section only lasts 3. Can you get it to glide 7 with a nose up attitude to counter blah, blah, blah. All the aerodynamic stuff. The thing is, all of that aerodynamics in this entire bird, because basically that's the lift area, this is the only lift area. And you have to really tweak your folds just within this area to get it to work properly. Like I would just find that out by doing this one. All you did was like I folded those two slanted was obviously too much. If I made it a little bit more like rifle, or I'm literally we haven't even done a tech talk on that yet, have we? It might have to be the next tech talk. Reading it and reinforced leading edge. It could be any way, staples on the front end of your aircraft that you didn't rob from somebody else. No, I'm really going to rehash this one. But, like, if you made it a lot more narrow, if you made it maybe, like, just the tips here, would that benefit? Would you like it? I wouldn't like it, but it looked cooler with the chips. But, again, you're losing the lift. And really also what you're doing is not only losing the lift, but by putting the fold in there, you're forcing the air to go faster over the top than it would be over the bottom to catch up. Thereby, you're kind of stalling the wing in its rotation, and that's why it tumbles. And so I'm saying the pure aerodynamics in simply these two sections, it's just, no matter what you do here, it's awesome to think about, I think, and it's awesome to play with. Like you could do whatever the hell you want with that section. Like I'll leave them out like this, and it'll still fly. Look at that. Actually, it was really cool. If you reverse them, you could act as a speed brake and slow flight versus fast flight. So if you want like an attack copter versus a cargo carrying copter, you know what I mean? Like you learn these things, and stuff like that's really cool. Cause cargo, like seriously, if you had a string, you could attach up to here that doesn't twist, so you don't get twine. Again, monofilament or something, and just staple it into the body, and just dangle it, and it carries something. You could literally drop it down to somebody, and it becomes cargo. And again, like if you're worried about it, like too heavy, well, the bigger these are, and ultimately, like if you could put like a stick in there to hold these down, so they don't like when you throw it, they don't like eventually fold up and counter deploy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's so much aerodynamics lurking in the top of a helicopter that it's just amazing to consider. Well, like it's amazing to consider how many different like planes you can or like things you can create just looking at those shots, that stuff. So I don't know if I have. I was gonna show you. I can show you the shots of like my entire helicopter line, which really got shut down after Mark said, "No, screw you, we're not doing it." Picture going to be huge, or is this picture going to be tiny? Oh, it's going to be tiny. Okay, this is an older shot, but I just use this to showcase the types of copters you can make with the stuff here. So, and the thing is, I'm pretty sure I still have these, and they all work. This is an older shot showing the helicopters, um, but different ways to make them. And they all function. They're all pretty cool. There's I'm looking at them just trying to see exactly which ones. Some of them are testing, some of them were accepted. The extreme left, the extreme right, those were accepted. Um, Cyclone's in there. The system is in there. Twister. Well, I didn't name it Twister because somebody took the name Twister with an aircraft that really didn't twist all that well. It did, but not like a helicopter. Imagine that. But yeah, I think most, if not all of those, were accepted at one point. See that one fourth from the right? That one was really short, but very stubby. I mean, short and stubby, but very functional because the wing counteracted. And you also notice like a couple of them. That one included, but like let's see, the one on the end, the left one, number one. Going from left to right. Number one, number two, especially those two. Number seven, number eight doesn't do it, but number 10, they all actually have. Number 10's got a lot of freaking. This is the last one on the right. That's got a lot of wing area, which is just the rotors. But looking at that one, those all have. Well, that one's actually got a small body too. That one's really cool. Just going to show what all kinds of things you can do with them. And I mean, that's like each one of them is different. They look similar. I suppose 4 and 5 are probably the same, which actually kind of makes 7 a little bit like them, just shorter, but because that's system. But yeah, I know I had to name something system. This is what I'm resorting to with helicopters. But they're all different. And I think I accepted most, if not all. And then the vertical ops didn't happen, so then we're stuck where we're at. We don't have them anymore. So did you guys have helicopters? Did you guys fly helicopters? You should have flown helicopters. Helicopters are a fun way to get into helicopters. Um, Even though, well, it's not fun. It's not I don't know. Like you really seem like you think you can lose yourself into an airplane. And when you do a helicopter, you're like, psh, like that. Those are kind of like the flying bus, you know? Like seriously, like you look at them and like, man, hey, I built that before. But maybe you didn't build the folds. You know, maybe you did something different. So, and we never talked about helicopters on the show, and I think that's like one thing we should ask. There might have been a time 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 9 years ago, I don't know, that somebody asked, and we conveniently forgot about it. And we might have even said like we promised to do, because the more I talk about it, the more I think I remember that on the show sometime. And then we said like, you know what, screw this. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. You know, like somebody doesn't want to do it, nobody else want to do it, but like it's really cool to play with. So, and it makes for a simple, straightforward show about that and what you can do with it. I mean, like I showcased 10 designs right there. Technically, maybe seven, but still, um, it's a great way to like increase your force size. I don't know if any of y'all played with them. It's kind of not. It's kind of boring because yeah, they only do one thing. And again, I understand. I understand where like NASA's was coming from. I want to call him Maverick because he was Maverick back when we did this. But it's it looks so basic unless you do something miraculous to it, unless you do something like extraordinary to it, like most of the other ones. So your choice. We never really played with them too much in IVPAC. We did some designs. I mean, dude, as one a days, if you ever do one a days, these could count. What's today? The 28th, right? Yep. According to our show. Gotta date it. Yeah. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Y'all got anything? What's going on in the world of everything that's going on? Um, you like if we're not building, what are we doing? You know, I'm thinking you actually heard that. I was loud. Maybe I need to drop this thing down just a small slow poke. Um, I saw, like I said, I saw some flights. I was really kind of expecting some people to kind of come back with like some axe builds. Or at least like Abby to come back with a hey, Exile still sucks. I don't know. Because if he, like, seriously, man, and you guys, all y'all out there that have talked and built, talk with him and tell him, like, dude, you got to build more than a few. You're going to build that one, you're going to concentrate on that one and take that design places. You're going to have to build 10, 20, 50, 100 of them. I don't think you're going to get it just like that one shot. I mean, I'm fairly well certain that everybody anywhere on all these videos that have put all theirs out there, except maybe the our Japanese brethren who fly with the glider styles because they're built out of. I mean, they're built. You got like a little template and guide to measure your camber to your wings. You got your wings. You got set up your cardstock, which is layered. You got the balsa. It's pre-cut. You know that plane's gonna fly. I mean, granted, there's no folding, but it's pre-cut and it's gonna fly and blah blah blah. Besides those, yeah. I mean, just I don't think everybody's like gonna come up with like some different design and like not build more than 100 of them. So those take some time. You got all day to play or like not play with the design, tweaking the design, but if you got all day to play with the design that you have built is one thing. But those take practically. I'd like to think that they probably take those guys at least a couple hours to build, and then they go out and fly them. So they got a day off, and they just go out and fly. Maybe I don't know how that works. I've never played with it. I've built White Wings before. I had 3 packs of those 10 pack aircraft, 15 pack aircraft. Um, God, I miss those. Just like everything, I don't understand why something like that goes away, and then when you buy it, it's like double the cost it was when you were little because it's vintage and classic and oh my God. When really it's just like no, it's just balsa wood and paper, but
you overcharge for every damn thing. I don't know. Yeah. So build some helicopters. Have some fun with helicopters. Helicopters are more calm, more peaceful. They don't take much of your time. But there's a lot you can do with them, and there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot more pure aerodynamics you can play with in this alone before you even get to how you want to change this looks. And if you like go back see those designs that I got on there, there's a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of them. You can do all kinds of stuff
Ain't
that you
nobody
want to
got time
do
for that.
that are like different. That's not what I
Ain't
even
nobody
did.
got time for that.
Oh my!
There we go. That was retarded. Hey, I'm back. Hi guys. Yeah. So like helicopters are a great way to explore pure aerodynamics in the wing. See where you're getting it from. See where you're losing it. How to add lift, how to subtract lift, all that kind of crazy stuff you kids would love to go and do. Um, it's really, I consider it a fun time. I think it's really neat to do it and see what you come up with. And I have no idea why my camera mask on this particular vid is like a perfect display of the aircraft. While in the paper is like this is weekly. The paper planes is more. Last week that you got was like this wide fat thing. Looks like it's eating too many burritos. I don't know. I have to fix that once we figure out what everybody's gonna do. Yeah, I'm doing the headset again. Why? I don't freaking know. It's more streamlined. It's less crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't really mean to turn the show into helicopters, but like I had it on the brain after I saw. Oh yeah, I saw a bookmark sheet of paper in there I cut off from the last plane I built. That's what I saw. So that's why you got it. Deal. Um, that's why you got what you got, because I had scrap left over. Deal. Cardstock ones don't really work as well, believe it or not, because the thicker the paper gets, they get worse about flight time. Or it says you can't add too much weight. You have to like you have. It's such a delicate balance. That's why I like to play with them. That's why I think they're actually in some ways more complex than the paper airplanes, because you have to play with them. If you make them heavier on the lean side, if you make them heavier in the fuselage, you have to counteract it with adding more like rotor, more blade, more flap to make sure they get the lift to stay aloft and not just go down and destroy whatever they're carrying. So it really is more complex. And the more you think about it, the more you would realize, like, huh, it really is. Like, it can be difficult. And you have to do so many test flights. Like, some of those, like, those ones that I showed you, don't even show the ones that I had to miss out on because I had to refold and refold and refold the slants on, like I did the slanted edge on the rotor blades. Refold and refold and refold, and they wouldn't even take anything anymore. So, um, yeah, it gets to the planes. It gets to, and they are aircraft, you can say that, but it gets to them. So, like, they get put out to pasture or burned, most likely burned, because like something like these, unless they really, unfortunately, also unless they're really spectacular, there's almost no reason to retire them. What are you gonna get? Man, this one flew downstairs really good. Basically, it's a controlled fall, so it's like a controlled fall, outstanding. Yeah, no, that's not the way those work. So, one of these times I was actually going to try to do a daylight show. One of these days I'm going to give you a daylight show so you kind of get what that's like. It's not like particularly late. Days keep getting longer. Seriously, night shift is like, I mean, I love night shift. I just don't like 12 hours every day of the week. That's the depressing part. I love night shift. Gives me my whole day, except when I have to spend half of it sleep. I mean, let's see, I work 12 hours. You're supposed to sleep 8 hours. Ideally, you really don't need it. You need 6. So let's call it 7. Split the diff. So 19 hours out of a 24-hour day is committed to the job because I'm sleeping for the job to replenish my tank so I can go back in. So I've got 5 hours with which to do anything. Go visit loved ones, live with loved ones, grill, eat, shit, shower, whatever it is that you do. Just it's depressing. It's more depressing than after football season stops, and all you've got is baseball coming up, or worse yet, not American football, that black and white ball that is boring as all get out. I don't understand. It makes sense. Like, y'all think baseball is boring, and baseball is boring, but, like, dude, seriously, having to watch you sweaty guys chase that white and black ball up and down the biggest field in the world to possibly end this game with no score, just, I can't. I can't. I can play it. Playing it's not bad. The only thing more boring than that is golf. Like, if I want to watch old white guys that can't dress, I just go over to the Senior Citizen Center over here. That's actually more entertaining than watching guys golf. Again, playing it? Sure. Watching it? Fuck no. Never. I'm pretty sure that's how they torture you in Iran. Is that you in a chair and put on a golf channel for 24 straight hours. You tell them everything they want to know. I would. I'd talk. Talk. Two things that get me to talk. Boring shit on the TV and kick me in the shins or hit me in the shins with something. Because, boy, well, actually, that's not true. I'll scream and curse at you, probably. Used to think that was one way to get me to talk. Now it's like, now when it happens, it pisses me off so bad. It doesn't. It's like, no, screw you. You bitch. You deserve whatever you're getting. The potato peeler on the shins, that might be kind of a little scary, but, you know. The carrot peeler, as it will. I don't know. Maybe a fish hook in the cheek. Or, you know, they call it that, like, we're hooking. They'll hook you. They actually put the fish hook all the way in like a fish. I was like, come over here. And if you don't come, they just rip it, and you start to get a face that looks like the Joker. Why am I telling you this on the Paper Airplane Show? I have no idea. Just, yeah. Anyway, helicopters. Let's get back to helicopters. No, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I just had some talk with some people. We built some stuff. We did some pretty good stuff at work. See, that's why it's another letdown, because work is so cool, so chill right now. You're on top of everything. Nothing moves. Nothing comes in. Nothing goes out. We spent an hour and a half just shooting hoops. Calisthenics for the morning. And like in the time of day when sun is out, it's what people call nice. I don't understand. It was cold, gray, and rainy today. That's what I call nice. And it wasn't even raining that much, which kind of sucks because the humidity level goes up. But at least it's like gray, and gray is pretty. Blue, never liked blue. Like gray, never liked the sun. Causes sunburn, causes cancer, causes like stingy things to come out and itchy things to come out. And basically, there's nothing about the sun I really enjoy. Venus sounds really cool, except it's hot. I don't like the heat either. So Antarctica's looking pretty sweet right about now. Love to fly a plane and 70-degree winds and 70-degree below temperatures, so I can do that because that's truly a deep freeze. The planes themselves might freeze when they go outside. I don't know. All I know is like the first day it got warm here, I was like, I'm ready for winter again. Hate the fucking summer. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. You're so programmed when you're a kid to love summer because, 3 months off, woohoo! And then you realize what a scam that is, and the rest of your life, like, you don't get that anymore. Work, bitch! You can't just marry a Kardashian and retire the rest of your life. We're going to give talent to no talent having people, and you're going to pay for it. Because reasons. Anyway, I'm going to go play bingo so I can win some money. That way I could do more shows more often. If I could work from home, I would be giving you shows a lot more. I would fly a lot more, record a lot more, and put them on there for you. And it reminds me, I got to upload some shows. Shiza. I will get some more shows out there for you if you guys stop watching soccer. I don't know, man. I actually put a poll on here. What's the most boring sport in the world to watch on TV? And I'll include fishing. I love to fish, but it's stupid to watch. Yeah, I mean, they have whole weekends. It's like every sport. I don't know why sports dedicate an entire weekend for crap like that, like racing and golf and fishing and a lot of shit. Like the true sports, I think the true sports get their shit done in one game. So yeah, soccer definitely, but like I mean, like tennis, a match, and you're done. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, a match, you're done. You don't have like a 4-day weekend with which to find out who's the better man or the better team. They're like, well, you got qualify, you got practice, you got another practice, you got qualifying, you got warm ups, you got heats, you got all that, and you got the actual event. Or you got 4 days of just chase the guy and try to beat him. Like, can't you figure that shit out in one day? What's the problem with figuring it out in one day? In less the time that it takes, Hockey's in a whole nother world. I don't understand. Why is this turning into a paper flight more? Hockey, I don't understand because, like, I'm pretty sure they get paid to make sure that these games go into 7-game series to drag this out as long as possible because, like, I don't know if you know, like, if you keep up with this. Basketball is the same way, but, like, the preseason start next month. And, I mean, like, we're not even in the finals of either thing yet. That shit is still going on. Still. Hockey, a game played on ice, now in places like Florida and Texas and Arizona, or I think they moved. But places like that are going into June before they can figure out a fucking champion. And preseason starts next month. What? Like, first of all, you dickheads, can't you figure this shit out in one game? And if not, why can't you limit it to like a best of 3 so we can get this over with? Because we're money-loving whores. And we're just going to milk it for all you're worth. We're going to keep this damn, like, you don't see the NFL doing that shit. I mean, they're trying. Let's expand it up to 20 games. Kill people. Let's just go back to gladiators and killing people. But, like, yeah, let's expand it to 20 games. No bye weeks. And everybody's got to play. Ah! Like, seriously. What? Let's just play a game every day of the week. Fuck it. Let's just get it over in 2 months. 40 games. Let's play American football like a basketball schedule. Yeah? Yeah? How about that? Will that make y'all happy? I mean, it's funny how basketball and hockey arenas are interchangeable. You can play the same sports in the same courts a lot of times. And those things cost a fraction of what an NFL stadium costs, or even a college football stadium. A football stadium costs. And yet, they play 17 games a year. If you're lucky and you got a good team, maybe 19 games. Or 20. But that's rare. But it shouldn't even be able to say that. It should just be 17 because there should only be 16 games a season. But again, everybody's money-loving, grubbing whores. So, we didn't get enough for the past 50 years, even though none of us were alive to see that. So we're going to up it so we have to get paid more money or whatever. Yeah, we have to bilk a lot of you hard-working people out of your money to see a team that you think you love, that we got you programmed to love, when really you probably don't even give a crap because no team really acknowledges you unless you've got like cancer or something. But my God, I'm ranting. I'm sorry, this is getting me bad. But yeah, it's like, seriously, like, we're not even going to be in the finals and be like, I wonder who they're going to recruit next year. For fuck's sake, man. Just get it over with. I think, like, oh my God. I don't understand how something that's based on ice should be playing into June and July. I just don't get it. I don't get it. That shit should have ended 4 months ago. 4 months ago. You should have started 6 months ago and ended it 4 months ago. And I don't know why. I've always said this, and I don't know why. I know because traditionalists, because it's America's pastime, and they call it a pastime because it's not a sport. It's boring as fuck. And you can play it in the backyard, and everybody should get paid for it. Everybody. Because if you can throw, catch, and swing a stick, you should at least be paid $5 every time you go out there and attempt to play baseball, softball, whatever it is. You should get paid. Nobody should have to pay to play those sports, but or do that pastime. Fishing is a pastime. Bowling is a pastime. Bowling is ridiculous. That's why the payouts are like, well, you get a new car, but it's a Yugo. Like, to be the coolest bowler is like saying, I don't even know what that's saying. That's like saying you're the coolest paper airplane builder. That, and you're still going to need $2 to get a cup of coffee because, really, dude, like, you know. I saw that video the other day. They got that one dude. You ever know, if you guys watch bowling, you know this one dude who's been lighting it up for like 90 years or something like that. Hasn't aged a day since the 1870s or whatever. Bowls the same way, except now he wears like Ray-Ban, or excuse me, you know the brand. He wears sunglasses all the time. He's got an attitude. And he looks like everybody's 1960s uncle. Everybody. Y'all had an uncle like that in the 60s. Like, who do you think the greatest bowler is? I don't know. The whitest, plattest, rapiest looking 1960s uncle you can find. Because he's got to be white. He's got to wear the stupidest clothes. Filled with, like, sponsors because they cost like 15 cents on there. Because, seriously, fucking A, like, look at how much a pro bowler makes versus a pro anything of a sport. Like, you know, baseball, football, hockey, you know, real sports. Not like I'm old and decrepit, one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel and I'm rolling a ball down there. Like, seriously, dude. Like, and dude's copping an attitude. Him and his fucking, like, radioactive glasses. Oakley's. I don't know that's what they are. They look like he bought them in 1983 and he just never got rid of them. And he's got the gall to have an attitude. Like, really, dude? Yeah, you're hard. I could beat you up in the alley and take off $5 a year winnings. Woohoo! So you didn't have to pay to play. Woohoo! Probably still rented the fucking shoes. Look, I always pick on them, but seriously, some of my favorite sports to play are bowling, billiards, tennis. Really, they're fun to play. I just, like, I have no respect for the people that play them and think they're going to, like, seriously, these guys on the cornhole, don't get me started. That, I swear to God, I've watched Triple X stuff that actually involves, it's way more interesting, way more fun, and way more fulfilling than this, whatever this is. And don't get me started on fucking pickleball. This stuff that claims to have been around since the 60s, but only really actually sprouted up in the last 10 years. Like, never seen a court. Like, I've shopped at Dick's Sporting Goods and all kinds of sporting goods, Dunham's, any, you name it, sporting goods, in regional, local, and national chains here in America. When I was a kid till now, never seen a pickleball court, never seen balls, never seen whatever they call those fucking things, ping pong paddles that they use. Never seen it until 5 years ago. And then all of a sudden they're everywhere, taking up my beloved tennis courts with these half-assed, oh, I play athletics, I play pickleball on the weekends. Go to hell. Like, that's what you do when you're fat and drunk. Maybe not even both at the same time. And boy, I gotta stop this. Now I've spent 20 minutes. It's been an hour! Okay, we need to end the show. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Build some helicopters. Get out there, do some flying, give me some videos. I need to put my videos up. Get ready for my how to builds. Get ready for some shows, because I think I got texted we need to work on a schedule. Duh. But, like, yeah, I know we need to work on a schedule, but you know what the schedule is. We have to have this show on Wednesdays. Whether we record it Tuesdays or go live on Wednesdays, we got to have it, and that's where we're having it for you. And I'm sorry I ran it. I'm not sorry, because I had to get out my viewpoint on the wrong show. This is Paper Aircraft Weekly, boys. I'm signing off. Y'all have a good one. Y'all get some planes out there. Fly them. Fold them, fly them. And let us see what they look like. We'll be sure to give you a shout out.